What's up, guys? So today I have a manga collection for you. I just recently started collecting manga again, probably back, I don't know, I would say in the middle of April. But before that, it was like 3 or 4 years since I had collected any manga. And now I got a couple bookshelves, I started putting my collection back up, and I wanted to show you guys. I probably should have started doing like manga hauls when I was just starting back collecting again, but I wasn't thinking about it, and they're already on the shelf. I'm not going to take all the volumes down that I bought and everything. So there's that. But going forward in the future, if I do get more manga, I'll throw them up in a haul. But yeah, we're going to jump right into the manga collection. All right, guys. So here we are. Two bookshelves. As you can see, got a bit of space, so room for the collection to grow if I ever decide to, add a couple new series to it. There are a couple that I'm looking for, but I'm not pulling the trigger on anything just yet. For the most part, this is kind of like where I want my collection to be right now. Like I said, I'll eventually drop some more manga related content in the future with like manga hauls and stuff, but right now these are all the manga from like 3 or 4 years ago that I was collecting that I really wanted to kind of tighten up, buy some, some of the things that I was behind on, like My Hero and Black Clover, but we'll get into all that. Got a couple of guitars there in the corner. Can I play? No. So My Hero, we have volumes 1 all the way through volume 40. So that is current. I really liked the toga cover right here for the, I think this was volume, let's see, what was it, 38? Yeah. Really cool art. Love the color palette on it. I think it's very dynamic action pose there. She's like breaking out of her skin and her transformation when she uh, not clones herself. What is it? Copies like the appearance of another hero or villain. But yeah, that was just a super sick cover. So I wanted to display that one a little bit more prominently and have it facing out. Got a kick-ass little cat bookend statue there. Pretty dope. Yep, probably one of the prized possessions of my collection right there at the end, holding it all down for us right there. Kick-ass little cat statue. All right, on the second shelf, we have The Promised Neverland, and this is completed at 20 volumes. As you can probably tell throughout the video here, this whole bookshelf is basically the completed section of manga that I have. I know I said volume 40 of My Hero, but there's only, I believe, 2 more volumes that are to be released. Volume 41 comes out in June, if I'm not mistaken. And then I think volume 42 is the final manga volume, and then it's complete. So this shelf is for completed series or pretty close to completion. So, but yeah, 1 through 20, Promised Neverland. Thought that was a really cool cover. Promised Neverland, really good manga to get into. If you like Death Note, I believe you'll like The Promised Neverland. It's a cat and mouse game. It's human chess basically. It's really good drama. You got action. Great strategy. Just really, really good manga. Check out the manga or the anime, whatever you prefer. They were both really solid. I really enjoyed them. Then we have Black Torch, 1 through 5. I know people are psyched about this because it got announced that it was going to get an anime. I thought it was a good series. Nothing spectacular, but, definitely wasn't terrible. It was a good, fun read, and at the time, I was glad that it was short. Like, at the time when I was collecting manga, this was one of the few manga that wrapped up in, like, 5 volumes, and I was like, man, this is kind of awesome. Now, some of these series, I'm glad that they run super long, but, yeah, this one I was like, 5 volumes, that seemed like the right amount. Dead Man Wonderland, we've got 1 through 13. This is one of the first mangas that I ever finished collecting. But yeah, completed. I like the white black alternating spines. They look really, really cool in the covers and everything. This was one of my favorite covers. Couldn't tell you who it is. It's been so long since I read it. But yeah, pretty dark, kind of morbid story. I remember the anime only adapted like the first part of what the manga had, and then if you wanted to finish the story, which I did, you had to pick up the manga. So That's why I started collecting Dead Man Wonderland, because I was like, oh, dude, this has got like a second part to it, and it never got like a second season for Dead Man Wonderland. So I was like, yep, I'm going to check it out in the manga. And then down here we have Demon Slayer, and that is 1 through 23. Can't remember this dude's name, but he is one of the Hashira, and he is awesome. I really love his character design. Got a sick fucking katana as well. He was the one that had that brother. I think it was his brother or his cousin that was like... Well, I don't want to spoil it, but he's in the show, and you see him very early on with like Tanjiro, and then he comes back into play into the story later on. But anyways, so yeah, there's that. I really enjoyed that cover, so that one definitely got a front-facing display. Another cat bookend. Here we have 2 random volumes. I have a dupe of Radiant and a dupe of Dead Man Wonderland. I basically just put those here so it would kind of tighten up the shelf a little bit and everything would kind of fit a little bit more snug. So that's why they're there. But yeah, then we have Ajin 1 through 17. I really, really liked Ajin. It's a pretty dark story. Really, really good. But I stopped reading it, I think, around volume 11. Volume either 10, 11, or 12. So I need to go back and reread it, because it has been so long, and yeah, I really want to jump back into this one. I will probably do a manga spotlight on this series. It was really good. I enjoyed it, but it is completed, so anybody who had watched like Ajin when it was on Netflix, I know there was a lot of like hate that it was getting for its animation style and the way it looked. I was kind of like take it or leave it on that part of it, because it wasn't great, but I didn't think it was horrible animation. So yeah, I'm gonna just have to finish it through the manga, and yeah, so that's that, Ajin. Then we have this absolute masterpiece right here, this banger of a series, 20th Century Boys. So this, I actually, believe it or not, I picked this up here recently when I started collecting again. So from the middle of April until right up at the 1st of May, I was able to get all the books in the series, including the final, the 21st Century Boys. So it goes 1 to 11. This is technically supposed to be 12, but since it's 21st Century Boys, the way I had to look it up was 21st Century Boys Volume 1. But anyway, what a great story. This thing was fucking awesome, man. However, I will say, Volume 1 and probably like half of Volume 2, well, actually, probably like 2/3 of Volume 2 for these deluxe editions were such a slow burn. And, you know, in that time, they're like getting all the pieces set up on the table. They're introducing you to all the characters and everything that's going on. But this is an incredible series. Once it gets going, dude, it's fucking like full on action. Not action, but like full on intense. It's like suspense and drama and mystery and just all sorts of stuff. So really, really good. I think I will actually also do a manga spotlight on this series and probably do a review on it since it's still fresh in my mind. Great story, though. Absolute masterpiece. And speaking of masterpieces, oh man, sorry for the weird camera angle with this one. Vinland Saga, 1 through 11. So this is a banger, dude. Just so fucking good. I am not current on this one. I still have to get volumes 12 and 13, and then I believe volumes 14 and 15 are the last ones, and then the series will be complete. But dude, this is so fucking good. Oh my god, I'm telling you, this is a great manga. Definitely read it. If you're not into reading the manga, check out the series. It's on Netflix or Amazon, I believe. You can probably catch it on either one, but dude, so good. So good. Plus now with these new collected editions, they look like leather bound, like hardcovers. I'm going to start collecting those because those are really nice. But yeah, anyway, going up here to this shelf, which is pretty much all the manga that's like ongoing that I still need to keep collecting that just hasn't finished. Black Clover. We have volumes 1 through 36. Got to give it up to the Captain Yami over here. Put him on the front-facing display because, dude, Captain Yami is easily the best. He's fucking awesome. Great series. I kind of fell off with it though. So, excuse me. So, I need to go back and check it out again and catch back up on it. I think I fucking quit somewhere right around like here, perhaps. I can't remember, brother. It's been so long. But yeah. Then we have One Punch Man, volumes 1 through 30. So that's current. I know, like, right, where is it? Here. I'm missing volume 26, or at least that's the way it appears, but actually volume 26 is right here. But, dude, look at this shit. I don't know if you can tell. I'm trying to get you a good angle of it, but, like, there's, like, gunk on it, man. There's, like, goop or junk or I don't know what it is, but, like, I'm thinking that something might have spilled on it before it got packed, or maybe something had splashed on it during transit, but, yeah. It's kind of ruined in my opinion, so I'll be putting this one to the side, and yeah, I'll be getting another volume 26. Then I have Komi Can't Communicate 1 through 8. Oh wait, let's go back real quick. One Punch Man, Garo, dude, one of the coolest fucking anime characters of all time. You thought that like Goku and the Saiyans got stronger when they battled, but this man, he's taking it to a whole nother level. This is fucking incredible. And then you have the true hero of the series, Moomin Rider. Because, I mean, this man, the fucking true definition of a hero. But, yeah. So, Komi Can't Communicate, 1 through 8. I stopped collecting these for a while. I don't know if I will actually pick it back up again. And that's honestly due to just the fact that there are so many manga out there that I would prefer over this one to collect and to have on the shelf and stuff. Nothing against Komi Can't Communicate. I really, really love the series. But I just don't see myself collecting any more of the physical copies of it, at least not right now. Eventually, there may come a time when I do want to finish out the series and have it fully completed on the bookshelf, but for now, I'm stopping at volume 8. But it's a great, great series. I mean, very wholesome, very cute, great series. Just really, I don't know, really innocent, sweet story. So yeah, that was a good one. One of the rare, like, I guess you could call it shoujo-esque manga. As you can tell, for the most part, I've only really got, you know, shonen and seinen manga. Those are like the types that I really enjoy reading. Not that I have anything against like shoujo or josei, but like when it comes to actually collecting like physical copies of things, you know, space is limited, so I'm pretty much just collecting the things that I really, really, you know, enjoy. But anyway, down here, third shelf, we've got Radiant. This is a personal favorite of mine. Really, really, really love Radiant. I'd been collecting it for quite a long time, but then there was an issue. I believe that this manga used to release like once every other month, or maybe like once every 3 months. And now this thing doesn't come out like but once every 6 months to a year. It is a fucking bummer, dude. Because this used to be like, man, I was waiting for this. Like, it doesn't do anything special. It doesn't reinvent the wheel, but it's just a really, really great shonen series. Don't watch the fucking anime, at least the first season. I heard the second season was much better, but the first season just didn't really stick to the core material. It was one of those examples of a terrible adaptation that just, I don't know, it wasn't right. You should have just stuck to the blueprint and went right off the manga, done a 1-for-1 adaptation and let it be a banger. But anyways, yeah. So with these releasing like once every 6 months or once every year, dude, you forget what goes on in the story. Like, it's been so long. I can't even name all the main characters anymore. I can tell you that there's Seth. Seth is the main character. Apart from that, dude, there's very, very little, like, I can remember of other people. I think there was a kick-ass dude who was all bandaged up at one point, and his name was Grim. I think he was, let me see. Is he on the, yeah. I think this is Grim, if I remember correctly. Dude, awesome character design. But anyway, like I said, it's been so long because I mean, these things release so infrequently. Plus, like I said, I took a 4 year break or 3 or 4 year break collecting manga. So, yeah, man, I need to get back into it. Couldn't even tell you who this cat is right here, but I loved the cover design on it. Great artwork, really, really cool character design, and I was like, man, this guy's getting fucking front facing display. Too easy, easy option right there. It was either gonna be that or Grim. Uh, so that's 1 through 18. That is current as of right now. But, dude, I don't know how many more are going to be in this series. At this point, I hope that either production picks back up and we start getting it more frequently, or this finds like a nice spot to wrap up nice and neat. Because as much as I did love the story, for it to release so infrequently, it's a drag, man. But yeah, then we have a volume 1 of Jujutsu Kaisen and volumes 1 through 3 of Hell's Paradise. These are great stories, really cool, but at this point, I just don't find myself wanting to collect the manga of them because I've mostly just consumed so much of them through their anime that at this point it just seems crazy to really want to continue with the collection because, again, there's just so many other manga at this point that I really want to get and I would much rather have in my collection. And again, since space is, kind of a limitation, I want to be a little bit, I guess, picky on what else I add to the collection. But yeah, so Jujutsu Kaisen and Hell's Paradise will probably stop there at volumes 1 and volumes 1 through 3 for Hell's Paradise. And as you can see, we got plenty of space left on other bookshelves for other series. This whole shelf right here is empty, except for the old gunk volume of One Punch 26. But down here, the final masterpiece that I have, Vagabond. And I almost hate to call it a masterpiece because this thing has been on hiatus for so fucking long, man. And that's just so depressing because it's such a great series. Great story, great art, great characters. And I love these new, like, soft, it almost feels like cloth bound with like the gold inlay. It's just a really nice deluxe edition. They have like the little character sleeves. Let me pull it out so you can kind of see. But yeah, man, really sick. I really, really, really enjoyed that. But I'll probably collect all the Vizbigs in this new hardcover collection because they're just super, super great. But yeah, at this point, I don't know if the series will ever complete, which is a bummer because it's such a great story, man. I just wish that, I don't know, I wish that if these stories like these start, that they have a conclusion, that they have a finish, because, man, just to be left hanging, especially when you've, like, read so much and devoted so much time to it. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. I'd love to see this turned into an anime, but before that, I'd love to see the series finished. So, yeah. I Am a Hero. This volume was awesome, dude. I really, really liked it. But, this thing is just so fucking hard to find in print and, like, in circulation. And when you do find copies, people want to charge, like, out the fucking ass for it, dude. And I'm not willing to pay that much to continue to collect it. Unless this thing gets, like, a mass reprinting and it becomes just super widely available again, there's no reason for me to really want to collect it past this first volume. It looked like it was a cool story, cool premise. Reading it, it's kind of hard to explain, but there were parts in there where you would like go back and reread because you thought that maybe you had missed something, or maybe you read it wrong, or maybe you blanked out while you read a few pages and stuff. It's kind of like a mind fuck to read it because it's tricky, brother. It's the best way I can explain it. If you've read it before, especially this volume 1, that's all I really have to go off of. You know what I'm talking about. But yeah, it was awesome to read. Like, the reading experience itself was really, really cool. And then I have a volume 1 Chainsaw Man and a volume 1 Colosseum. Chainsaw Man kind of follows the same scenario as Jujutsu Kaisen and Hell's Paradise. I've consumed it mostly through the anime, and that's been the main way that I've experienced it. So I don't really feel like I'm going to continue collecting it through the manga. For Colosseum, it was just a really cool one-off. Tons of pop culture figures in this one. It was like a weird battle manga, but kind of funny. Obviously parody with like all the pop culture figures in it and everything. Seemed really funny, but at the time, I I probably just bought it because it was a manga to buy and I bought it. So yeah, I'm not going to continue to collect it, but check it out. Maybe you've already read it, or maybe you're curious about it. It's weird. It's a little bit of parody, a little bit of battle, but yeah, that's it for the most part. Yeah, so I got some space. I don't know what I'm going to fill it up with, honestly, but yeah. Dude, I don't know if y'all remember this, but Base Senpai, he was the man at recommending manga. This dude, fucking spot on with recommendations. I loved watching his hauls, loved watching his collection videos. An absolute fucking bang up job at recommendations. And he was always collecting like tons and tons of manga. Very like diverse collection. He had all sorts of stuff, man. He had very eclectic taste, and dude, this man needs to start making some fucking haul videos again. Anybody else Base Senpai fans? I had talked to him like 4 or 5 years ago, man. He probably doesn't even remember me, but I used to go by the Geek Storm and have a different channel, but this dude just, I don't know. So many manga recommendations came from watching his videos. So, I don't know. I wish this dude would go back to fucking making videos. Come on, Based. We need you, brother. Hear me, man? We need you. Come on, bro. Come back. Please. Drop a haul. Or just go through your collection again. Something. Anything. Give us something, brother. He recommended Record of Ragnarok on one of his manga hauls. And that's probably what I'll wind up collecting. I'll probably get like the first 3 or 4 volumes just to see. He said it's a awesome battle manga, and that's kind of what I've been craving to read. I think I'm gonna set that bad boy right on this shelf when I get it. Yeah, said that it was a great manga. The anime was garbage, you know, night and day difference. So I didn't like the anime, which makes me think that dude is spot on yet again. So I'll probably check out the manga and probably fucking love it. But anyway, that's my collection, guys. 2025 collection for, I guess, as of now, the month of May. I also have a couple box sets. I got the first and second box set of Bleach. I've got all 3 box sets of Naruto, because that is my favorite series, just overall, forever and ever. I also have the Death Note box set, but I'm not going to go digging any of those out. So yeah, but that's it for now, guys. If there's any recommendations you have for me, maybe battle manga wise, like good tournament manga that's basically just all fighting, and you know, it can have some storyline obviously, but man, I just want action, action, action. So yeah, let me know in the comments below if you've got any manga that you think I should read, or if you saw any manga on these shelves that you really liked or wanted to read. But I'll probably do a couple of like manga spotlights on like 20th Century Boys and Ajin. Probably Vinland Saga. I think more people are aware of Vinland Saga than like Ajin and 20th Century Boys. But yeah, just great series. I'll probably do some reviews on all of these, to be totally honest. But yep, that's it for now, guys. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.